Hi, we're going to discuss digestion. I am going to compare and contrast mechanical digestion versus chemical digestion. In mechanical digestion, this is the physical force that breaks food apart. Mechanical digestion begins in the mouth. Sharp and pointy teeth, called incisors and canines, cut and tear apart pieces of food. The bigger and flatter teeth, called molars, help smash and grind the food. This is called mastication. This is also a fancy word for chewing. Chemical digestion uses chemicals to break down small pieces of food into macromolecules. Chemical digestion also begins in the mouth. The chemicals used can be nonspecific or very specific. Saliva has enzymes such as amylase. Amylase is specific for carbohydrate digestion. Lipase is an enzyme for lipid or fat digestion. Saliva also helps moisten food. This helps with chemical digestion. Next, as our chewed food that is broken down forms a food ball or bolus, this bolus is swallowed and moves down the alimentary canal into the stomach. Most areas of the alimentary canal have 2 layers of smooth tissue. The stomach, however, has 3 layers of smooth tissue. For mechanical digestion, the 3 layers of tissue have very specific, important jobs. A form of mechanical digestion is called propulsion. This means move or push forward. Propulsion can be further divided into peristalsis and segmentation. The mucosa muscularis is responsible for small local movement. The muscularis epidermis is responsible for big gut movement. These movements help break down food particles and push them farther along the alimentary canal. The muscularis externa move in circular and longitudinal movements. Peristalsis moves forward in one direction. Segmentation moves back and forth in 2 directions. Peristalsis continues down the pylorus of the stomach, where the smooth layer of the muscle is thicker and stronger. Here, these strong waves mixed with gastric juice form a substance called chyme. As chyme is pushed back and into the tiniest of pieces, sneak into the duodenum through the opening in the pyloric valve. Waves of peristalsis push toward the pylorus 3 times a minute. This is done by pacemaker cells. Chemical digestion, this is more specific. The stomach has specialized cells that each have a special job. The chief cells secrete pepsinogen. This becomes active in low acidic pH to become pepsin. Pepsin is an enzyme used to digest protein. Parietal cells produce hydrochloric acid to increase acid activity. Enteroendocrine cells secrete chemical receptors that regulate the digestive process. All chemical and mechanical digestion begins in the mouth and is complete by the time it enters the small intestine. Let's review. Mechanical digestion consists of mastication, which means chewing, propulsion, which can be divided into peristalsis, which happens in one direction, and segmentation, which is a back and forth 2 directions. Chemical digestion, also in the mouth, has amylase and lipase. As you move down the alimentary canal, the chief cells produce pepsin, the parietal cells produce hydrochloric acid, and the enteroendocrine cells produce chemoreceptors.